Modern business requires a different set of skills than what most of who are leaders today experienced. Praising and encouraging people didn't occur to any of my bosses coming up through the ranks. That is just not good enough anymore. Find out more in today's show. Welcome back to Year 6 of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which we release every Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, master trainer, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. Zaegyo is the translation of Japan Sales Mastery. Anatamo Puruzen no Tachijin is the translation of Japan Presentations Mastery. And my latest book is Stop Wasting Money on Training, and the Japanese title is Training de Okane o Murni Suru wa Yamemashou. We are bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center in Akasaka in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? We are here to win in business in Japan. Let's all be at the forefront, at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. This is episode number 303. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. The SPA magazine in Japan previously released the results of a survey of 1,400 male full-time employees in their 40s about what they hated about their jobs. The top 4 complaints were salaries have not risen because of decades of deflation, a sense of being unappreciated and undervalued, and a lost sense of purpose. Salaries are a function of deflation and commercial success, as well as the tightness of the labour market. Feeling unappreciated and undervalued, underevaluated, these are boss failings, though, unrelated to the economy, and cannot be easily dismissed. This outcome is the direct result of decades of neglect of soft skills of leadership. How do we improve on this situation? We need better leader education. The feeling of being valued by the boss and the organization is the trigger to producing high levels of engagement for your work. Japan is renowned for always scoring poorly on international comparative engagement surveys. APAC as a region usually trails last across the world, and Japan is usually situated at the very bottom for engagement scores in APAC. The global study on engagement by Dale Carnegie showed that feeling valued was the key factor. The results for Japan were the same. Good to know that we have the answer at hand to improve levels of engagement. By the way, disengaged or hardly engaged staff are not going to add any additional extras to their work or be motivated to come up with a better way of doing things. Innovation requires some sense of caring about the organization. So work productivity and innovation both need higher levels of engagement to help us get anywhere. In any competitive business environment, the ability to out-innovate your rivals has to be a very high value to the firm. Fine, but so what? How do we get leaders who were raised in a different world of work, the bishi-bishi, relentless, super strict school of leading, to now switch to becoming more warm and fuzzy? Telling them to do so is an interesting intervention by senior management that will go precisely nowhere. This requires re-education on what we need from our leaders. The most widespread system of education in corporate Japan is OJT, on-the-job training. How does your bishi-bishi boss change mindset alone? They can't. That is why training is required to better inform bosses about how to gain willing cooperation from subordinates, instead of just pulling rank on them to drive their obedience. In the modern era, young people have all become free agents like the baseball stars. In their parents' time, staff were fearful of being able to get another job if they strayed from the beaten path and quit where they worked. Not today. There is an army of hungry recruiters scouring firms to lift people out and place them in another company. They just click the ticket for 40% of the first year's salary on the way through this change of employee. By the way, the individual recruiter gets 50% of the fee. It's a highly lucrative profession, and relatively young, unremarkable people make a lot of money. So the incentives to take your people and place them somewhere else is super high. In this circumstance, there is no need to make it any easier for the recruiters by treating your staff badly. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to be successful as a leader, do the Leadership Training for Managers course. All companies need people who can both manage and lead. Leading people screams out for real skills in communication, dealing with all different types of people, being excellent at innovation, planning, delegation, handling mistakes, doing performance reviews really well, and inspiring and motivating the team. Do the Leadership Training for Managers course now in either Japanese or English. Are you doing business with Japan? Do you really know how things work? Japan Business Mastery provides the answers. Do you have the right networks and know how to create them? Do you know how to get on the same wavelength with Japanese buyers? Do you know what being trustworthy looks like from the Japanese perspective? Japan Business Mastery is based on more than 30 years' experience in Japan and will become your go-to guide. Want to succeed in Japan? Buy Japan Business Mastery now. Welcome back. How to deal with mistakes is a key to the future in a society that hasn't worked out that mistakes are the glide path to learning. Japan is a mistake-free zone, and this is a big disincentive to experiment, to try the new. Locating oneself in the middle of your comfort zone makes the best sense, so you want to avoid all change efforts. Here is the contradiction. If you want innovation, progress, creativity, then change must be embraced. That also means embracing risk, the risk of error. If the internal evaluation process for promotion is used to focus all the failings and insufficiencies of the staff, the dreaded HR little black book of staff mistakes, then don't expect your shop to become a hotbed of innovation anytime soon. What should we be doing? Leaders need to be helping staff lead intentional lives. Goals, strategies to achieve the goals, milestones, targets, all come as part of the package. This is different from being Mr. or Ms. Perfect and holding the team to standards you yourself can never possibly achieve. Encouraging people to come out of their comfort zones, take some risks, and try new things requires a lot of communication skills. It requires feedback, but not critique. Telling people they are wrong may make the boss feel superior and good, but it kills staff motivation and interest in doing things any differently. Good, better feedback is a better strategy. Tell them what they are doing that is going well and praise them for that. Tell them what they could do to make things go even better. The point is still communicated, but in a much better way and will be received in a more positive frame. Because of the old-fashioned style of management in vogue here, Japanese bosses are actually untrained in how to give praise. Telling staff, "Good job," is not praise, by the way. That comment is a very vague reflection on a piece of work. Tasks have many facets. The staff know that. And so which part of that project did they do well? We need bosses to be very specific about which bit was done well and how it was done well. Leaders then need to explain how that task fits into the big picture of the organization and encourage the staff member to keep doing that. Clearly, the leader in Japan has to do better. The soft skills area is where the greatest productivity gains will come from. because hard skills education in Japan already maximized. This is the next frontier of leadership. If Japan can unlock the full potential of the working population, we are in for an exciting future. If it can't, then things look bleak. What is happening in your organization at the moment? What are your leaders focused on? What is currently your staff attrition rate? How long does it take to hire in new people, and what is their quality like? How expensive is it to replace people? Do you have strategies for all of this? The best time to start was yesterday. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and so please subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Hit the little bell icon to receive update notifications. Our website details are on screen now, www.dale-carnegie.cojp. It's packed with value, so certainly check it out. We try to offer as much value as possible, so you might also enjoy our other shows. In fact, we are releasing content 6 days a week. For podcast, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcast Show, Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews. Now, you get these wherever you get your podcast. Also, every Monday we release the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Every second Thursday we release the Business Pro Television Show, and every Friday the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, every Saturday, we're releasing Japan's top business interviews. These are all on YouTube. We appreciate your support, and please let others know about it so they can benefit too. We want to make a contribution to helping people build their careers and businesses, and so please join with us in that endeavor. In episode number 304, we're talking about never fear the Q&A when presenting. So, yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you, and we've only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.